Morning all. I've got some new wheels for my van, so I thought I'd show you. Sorry, just been doing paperwork and stuff. It's up on the ramp at the minute, obviously, so I just put the wheels on. Check them out. They're very close to my shocks, but I like them. They're like, they're Team Dynamics, but they're like touring car wheels apparently. So I think they're like 8J wide. So you can see I've got to look like a little bit of stretch going on. Not that I'm a fan of like stretch tyres, but I quite like that. Yeah, got some running around to do today. Got to pick up a car, so you can come along for the ride. Let's do it. Right, let's crack on. Right, I'm down the farm. Haven't been down here in a couple of weeks. Just been too busy. Mate borrowed it, stripped the car in here and stuff like that. So I've just come down here because I need to move all this crap out of the way because I am taking Johnny 5 somewhere. Nowhere exciting, you'll see why. So yeah, I need to have a bit of a tidy up really. Not a tidy up, just a shift around. So yeah, exciting stuff, let's crack on. If it's on, it's gone. I have Johnny 5 all loaded up and we're on the road. I've got to go pick up Ollie, and I think Ollie might have his son with him as well. And then we're actually driving to Islington. Yay, good fun, huh? So this is where Johnny 5's gonna live for a while. So this is what's going down the farm, and Johnny 5's gonna live here until the meantime.
Just enough for that does, mate.
Give it a push. Harder. I've got to wire up a MaxxECU to this, so that's going to be quite cool. I built the engine for this a little while ago. It's a 2.1 stroked EJ20. It's got a straight cut box and a turbo good for about 300 horsepower. It's the first time this has seen light in how long? Yeah, no, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's you don't have to go that far, right? I should probably help. Right, let's get this on there then. So, this is Ginger's little Subaru. How long you had this?
A while.
A while. It's been well over 10 years, isn't it?
2007, I think.
2007.
It was taken off the road initially.
2010. So he's had it ages, and it's always had loads of problems, and then it goes in the garage and stays in the garage for ages. So now he's gone all out. I built the engine for him. Not that it looks like a nicely built engine at the moment. As I said, it's like 2.1. But we've converted it to coil and plug. These Scooby coils, aren't they?
Series coils, yeah.
Yeah.
Late ones.
So rather than the coil packs, now going coil and plug. I made this. Oh, look at the state of this pile. Look. It's a Bosch E throttle body. And we had the flange cut out, and then I tigged it onto the inlet manifold. So it's going to be fly-by-wire throttle control.
Vantage, actually.
It's a what? Aston Martin Vantage. Yeah, a Bosch throttle body off an Aston Martin Vantage. Got some 800cc injectors going in the inlet. The only thing, 850. The only thing going to be letting it down is this tiny little turbo though, isn't it? Probably do like 350 horsepower, something like that. But me and Ollie just went all out and started like tearing into the harness, and we're going to remove as much as the OEM wiring as possible. And then we realised that, not that you can see very well in here, we realised that half it went up behind the heater box and we can't get to it, and it's still got the standard ECU plugs and all that sort of rubbish. So Ginger's going to come down on a Monday, and Ginger's going to tear all this out, like the dashboard and that, take all the steering and the column off, move it all into the back for me, and then at some point next week I can come down here and I can go through the wiring and then try and like pull out anything we don't need, and then just I'm going to wire up the MaxxECU. I was going to put it under the bonnet, but then I thought, nah, better not. So I'm going to shove it in the sort of passenger footwell, because there's some nice little bracketry down there, and then sort of tuck it all through. But it's going to be an absolute mad mission to get it all working. But I'm sure it'll be worth it when it's done. If we can get it running, that'd be nice. At least it moves under its own power. Oh, and he's got like a straight cut box for it as well. Straight cut box, different diffs, loads of stuff. So yeah, there you go. Another project. This is where Johnny 5 has gone living in this home, and then this is going to take Johnny 5's home. Still need to sell that Micra. Anyone want to buy a Micra?
Looks better than Johnny 5 though.
It does look a little bit better than Johnny 5 sitting here at the minute.
Related, like, when people turn up to look at your rolling road, you see like some knackered old like.
I don't know why. I've just realised your car's not a fucking 3-door, is it?
No, you'd be
4-door. Yeah, I know. I've only just realised it's a proper 4-door.
It's a family car, mate.
Family
when I bought the car, I had a small child. I needed a car that I could put my baby in the back.
And she's only been in it, what, once?
It's used to be my daily
And it broke
driver.
down, didn't it?
This is my daily driver.
She sits in the garage going, brum, brum.
The state of it. I took the passenger seat out just so I can get in there because I couldn't open the front door. But yeah, that's what I mean about the harness. You can't really see this very well. It's very dark in here. But this is like the standard 3 plugs for the Subaru loom. Or the Subaru ECU. So I want to try and pull it back. So I'm hoping one of these will just be like all the lives and feeds and like the going back up to the clocks for rev counter and all that sort of stuff. So if I can cut most of it out, make a whole new harness, I'll make a really nice job of it then. Well, I'd like to anyway. So yeah, this is the next project that you're probably going to be seeing in the next couple of videos. Because I don't want it to live here forever and I want to give it done so I can give it back to him because I don't really like Subarus.
Do you know what
GT30
stands me in?
No. Do you know how much stress that engine stands me
We
in?
can cut this
No,
little.
we don't cut things.
Is this
out.
actually all carbon?
No, it's a fucking shitty semen one.
Oh, so
Dude, this is fiberglass.
It's got
and that
semen
is
on it.
carbon. It's no semen. Fucking wank. Well, I say wank. It's over shit.
so what manifold is on it? Just standard exhaust manifold.
No, tubular.
Tubular.
Yeah.
What, aftermarket?
Yeah.
Really? Who makes it? Is it an eBay special?
That's one I bought.
Huh?
I don't know. I bought the same geezer. I bought the manifold. I bought the intercooler off.
Right.
Don't know, mate.
Cool.
The geezer's
So,
like,
yeah.
it runs 400 brake, that kind of fucking thing.
Yeah, I bet it does. Right. I'm going home. Bye. And just like that, it's Sunday night. Been a little bit busy this morning running around doing like family stuff, shopping and stuff. And then I've popped down here for an hour quick. I've got my mate's fuel tank, well I've got my other pal's wheel. So I've just TIG welded that up for him because it had a crack in it. That's the tray out of my parts cleaner because I want to renew the bearings in the bottom of that. So I'll take that to work with me tomorrow. And I'm just modifying my mate's fuel tank for him, fitting some little AM fittings. So I'm just going to tick these on here quick. Nothing exciting, but I thought I'd show you what I'm up to. So yeah, like I said, I'm dragging you along for the ride. This is me. Right, let's weld these on here. Oh yeah, by the way, like I forgot to say, I have had water running through this fuel tank for the best part of an hour. So hopefully it won't go bang. Hopefully. Remember, I ain't no TIG welder, but that is on. Quite happy with that actually. Right, I'm gonna finish off these fittings and then go home. Good morning. Right, today we're down the farm. I've got a few days holiday left from work, so I decided to take a couple of days off. And I didn't want to sit at home, although I did clean the house a little bit this morning. So today I'm down the farm and I'm gonna try and start making a wiring loom for this. I'm going to be fitting a Max Race ECU, but I've got all bits like the MaxxECU fuse box and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and make it a neat install. But first things first, I need to cut all the standard wiring harness out of the loom, and I'm going to try and leave all the ABS harness in place because the ABS works standard line away from like the standard ECU. So I should be able to chop it all out and make quite a neat job of it. That's the plan anyway. I don't really know how I'm going to go about it. Like everything, I'm just going to crack on and see how it unfolds. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, so I'm starting off inside the car. This is the standard ECU wiring plugs, harness, whatever you want to call it here. And the standard ECU mounts down there in the footwell. So I'm going to start by cutting this back because I know that most of these won't be needed. Just need to work out what ones are like ignition lives, triggers, RPM signal for the standard cluster and stuff like that. So I'm going to start here. Wish me luck. Yeah, so not really too much to update really. This is what I've been up to. I've chopped out most of the loom that I wanted to chop up, or what I was comfortable in chopping out anyway. Got rid of most of the crud that I don't really need. The car looks like a right mess. Now I'm just trying to sort out this absolute rat's nest. I've mounted the ECU, just bolted it to the standard bracket, the standard ECU goes, and I've also got a MaxxECU fuse box. I've tucked it down there in the footwell. Hopefully it won't get too much in the way. I'll let the owner, Ginge that is, chop the carpet around that to make it look neat. That's all bolted through the firewall or through the transmission tunnel, and that's all bolted there. So now I'm going to just tidy up a bit of this loom and then just start, you know, wiring what I need to wire. I need to run half the cable's got to go through the firewall to the engine, and half have got to be in here. So yeah, like always, I shall crack on. So it's got a bit dark, it got a bit cold. Fired up the old oil burner. Basically runs a waste engine oil. This electric wiper motor drives a shaft, and submerged in there is a Volkswagen oil pump off of an engine, and then that drives and feeds oil down this pipe in through that, and then that fan kicks air into there. Lovely. Some serious heat coming off of that. And yeah, just burns waste engine oil and heats the workshop for free. Oh, and then I've got this little control box that obviously it turns the pump on every like couple of seconds or whatever you set it to, so I might turn it down a bit actually. So yeah, that's my workshop heater. Not plumbed outside yet, but this is quite a ventilated barn, if you know what I mean. So I've been cracking on with the Subaru. I've wired up this is the little base. I'm just sort of like trying to get a feel for where all the loom's going, and then I'm cutting it to length before I braid it. This is the feed for the electronic throttle body. Obviously I haven't actually terminated the length for that yet. Crank sensor, that goes down to there, that's sorted. These are the 4 injectors. I've pulled another 4 inside the car because obviously the Max Race ECU can drive 8 cylinders sequentially, but obviously it's only a 4 cylinder, so we're going to use these 4. I've pulled these out here, just trying to terminate that. And still got to do all these, got the coolant temp and stuff like that. So yeah, not really exciting. It's quite hard to making a wiring loom video exciting. So I'm just sort of like getting on with it and then just showing you sort of clips as I go. So yeah, I will crack on. Morning, morning, morning. How's it all going? It is Friday morning. Woo! Everyone loves a Friday. I sort of finished up the wiring loom last night. I pulled all the loom out of the car and I have it in the boot of my other car because I'm going to assemble the loom like out of the car on the floor because it's just easier that way. I've been doing a bit of running around this morning. I recovered one VW Golf from Broxbourne, brought that to Chinkford. When I got to Chinkford, a guy in another garage was like, "Do you scrap cars?" I was like, "Yeah, I scrap cars." He's like, "Okay, great, go scrap that." I was like, "Alright," so I've got another car on the back, ironically another Golf. So I'm just going to run that into the scrapyard. Then I've got to pick up some bits from the unit, and then probably going to make a wiring loom. So yeah, let's see how the day unfolds. So, as I haven't really got much room down the farm to lay a loom out and braid it all up and, like, you know, put all the connectors on and stuff like that, I thought I'd work from home. Wife's at work, so I'm turning the front room into a wiring loom studio. So I've just been like mucking about with my wiring harness, and my back is killing me. Really shouldn't do this sitting on the floor. I've just been like extra and double careful to make sure that I get like all my grounds in. So I've got all my earths in, and I've also got all my 5-volt feeds in, because the Subaru is also running a fuel pressure sensor and an oil pressure sensor, and they need a ground and a 5-volt feed. So I've made sure I've got a 5-volt feed to them, and I've also got a 5-volt feed to the throttle pedal, and also a 5-volt feed to the throttle body as well, because that's obviously got 2 position sensors in it as well. I've just run my live to the boost control solenoid, so I didn't want to forget that. That's a 12-volt live. Luckily there's a spare one already like in the harness that you can just use for anything you want. So I've run that. I've done the ground for the air temp, I've done the ground for the coolant temperature sensor, and I've also run a ground for the VR sensor, because it's going to have a wheel speed input for like speed and, you know, speed and gear dependent boost control. And also obviously the ECU needs to know how fast the car's going, obviously. And what was the other sensor I'd done? Knock sensor, that's already pre-wired, so that's okay. I've run the heater circuit for the lambda sensor. All the other wires are pre-configured. And there was one more. Fuel pressure, no, oil temperature sensor as well. So yeah, I've run all the wires for all the main stuff, but my back's killing me so much now. I'm going to empty the dishwasher. Got to keep the wife happy. Oh, I've been at it all day, but then I have been watching TV as well, so it's kind of distracting. I'm getting there though. I've run out of a certain thickness of heat shrink tubing, so I've had to order some more of that. I haven't got much to go, just all this lot. And then, yeah, should then be done. Then I can put it back in the car and leave it there. Yeah, right. I'm going to carry on.